Hey guys, so I'm reading your comments and I thought, yeah, I'll just make a video about it. I don't feel like logging into my YouTube channel. At the moment, um, I'm in the other side of my room, chilling on my bed couch, watching The Office. I don't feel like having all that set up. I'm trying to take it easy. Otherwise, I get a burnout. I think I'm slowly getting a burnout. That's why. So there'll be less videos. Anyway, I do want to make a video about this because it is interesting. Like what you said, Dr. Zarklov. I was gang stalked when I was making HVAC videos. The HVAC unions hated me for giving away trade secrets and valuable information about how homeowners can fix their own air conditioning systems. So that makes sense. So yeah, I mean, yeah, like I said, I'm not saying there's no such thing as gang stalking. I think it's a real thing. Like even I'll put the link in the description box down below. Professor Samvakne explains it. It's just it makes sense. Like it could go from small to large. Like maybe like a couple dozen people are doing it to you, maybe a couple hundred. But like when it comes to like the entire city or the entire country, it's like okay, but who are you that makes them want to do this to you? Like that's my point. Cicadas. I don't know what that means. Um, I'm not saying you're crazy. I mean, if you guys say you guys been through it, I'll take your word for it. But the energy weapons thing, though, like, it's just hard for me to believe that. I need to see actual that type of technology that can do that to make you have heart palpitations. Like I have a friend of mine, and he said, well, this before he went to the psychiatric hospital, like he kept getting heart palpitations, and he thought it was like people shooting ray guns at him or something, and he had the same thing too. But the thing is, like, I actually need to see those things. I don't think it's crazy that you guys believe in it, but it's just really hard for me to believe in it. Like, um, frequencies are powerful. I agree, but I think it's the way I understood them is through information online, like from science communicators, and it's just hard for me to believe in it, man. It's really hard. Perhaps there are people who are actually experiencing this type of stuff. Perhaps I haven't, so it's just really hard for imagine me that like it's hard for me to imagine people spending the time doing that to a person. Anyway, wait, I'm gonna read this though. I mean, I agree with you on the paparazzi aspect because one only gets that attention through fame, but clumping that in with directed energy weapons not right. Yeah, but I need to see if they actually exist. Like I looked online, but they're the ones that are like way too expensive and heavy, and those are the ones that military uses. Frequencies are powerful. That's true. Skull to brain technology exists. Yeah, I don't know. It's hard for me to believe that, but Tesla created the death beam that shot up into the ionosphere and was then aimed at a particular area. I don't know about that. I need to look that up though. I haven't looked much information about that. There's certainly reasons. There's certainly sorry my dyslexia. There's certainly reason to believe Fukushima occurred because of an energy directed weapon or death beam. It's probably maybe military have that and they're just keeping it a hush hush. So I'm not saying you're crazy for thinking this. It's just like let's say there are such thing as energy weapons. It has to be someone like who really is a whistleblower of something very let's say like someone who survived the Scientology cult, right? Like I wouldn't be surprised if they're being gang stalked, which that's actually a thing, by the way. I think I saw a documentary, I forgot where, but like someone was whistleblowing. It was an actress or something like that. Anyway, or maybe like you're in a city and you stand for a political stance. And you're a politician, but the entire city are against you because of a difference of opinion. That I could see happening. But my question is, these people, how are they able to access these energy weapons? Now, when it comes to military and like secrecy stuff, like people who are like controlling the satellites and all that, let's say they are gang stalking some person, that person has to be someone very like there has to be a good reason why that person is being gang stalked. I don't believe some nut job who's homeless on the streets screaming out, "Go back to Christ! Go back to Christ!" Like, why would they bother that guy? Like, what's the point? Or some guy who's been in a psychiatric hospital so many times, who probably works at the McDonald's, and believes that he's being gang stalked by the military or this, Secret Service. Like, dude, but you're not there. There's nothing significant about you. And I know a person like that, by the way. That's why I'm phrasing it. Like, he believes his IQ is a 300, and they're after him because he saw alien technology in his mind and something like that. It's like really crazy shit. Like, dude, like really, I don't know. Yeah, it's quite narcissistic to believe you're that special. Like, you know what I mean? Like, Lockheed Lockheed Martin has YouTube videos about their fighter-mounted lasers. I've powered microwave magnetrons in my own garage. If I powered the magnetron with a solid-state driver to module that the output to contain voice to appear in your head, I could. Just saying, it's really not that hard. Edit. Yeah, I doubt gang stalking happens to everyday people. Yeah, exactly. You never know, though. Really, random people have been targeted via MK. I've heard about this MK Ultra thing. I haven't actually seen evidence of such a thing. I just hear people talking about it. One of my friends kept talking about it. I'm like, it's hard for me to believe such a thing exists. I just have to see how it works. Let me look up what you say, Lockheed Martin. I want to look that up. Lockheed Martin. I'm actually curious. I'm going to do that right now. Lasers, weapon systems. I'm going to look it up. Yeah, I'll turn the sound on here so you guys can hear. Here we go. All right. Directed energy. The time for a laser weapon system has come. All right, here we go. Let's watch this. Yeah, that's what I found this. That's what I meant. I found one of these things on the internet. I was like, yeah, but like, whatever. Yeah.
Martin produces systems that do everything from detect the threats to identify the threats, determine whether it's a threat to the aircraft, and then employs the appropriate weapon, in this case, a laser weapon system.
What we're hearing from our customers is that they need a layered, multi-domain defensive approach that can be integrated across platforms to neutralize these threats across all those domains. Imagine an aircraft equipped with a laser system with the capability to be able to neutralize a threat at the speed of a lightning strike, the precision of a surgical scalpel, with the magazine to deal with a swarm, and with the scalable effect to be able to address that threat, providing an effect all the way the one end from simply deterring it for a short period of time, all the way up to completely neutralizing and defeating that threat.
Right, that. Okay, I get it. I get what you're talking about, dude. Wow. All right. Yep. Okay. So when it comes to gang stalking, like let's say like it has to be like, from military and shit. You have to, I don't know. That is interesting. But that's a huge device though, that laser thing. But I can see it being made in a smaller scale and fucking with that person from a distance. I actually do. I can actually see that happen. So that's that's a really good point. So, but this is what I meant from Professor Sam Vaknin. He said it himself. Like it's a thing, and he even got gang stalked, and I would believe him. It's this guy. He is. He has like he's actually really famous. He's more famous than on a YouTube channel. Like he made a book. He's a self-aware, malignant narcissist. He's been to jail 3 times, and after the third time, he realized there's something wrong with me and got himself a diagnosis. And since then, he's been writing books and been, he's also a psychologist or a psychiatrist, but he's like, all like he's ahead of in regards to all that stuff, cluster Bs, dissociative identity disorder, so on and so forth, psychosis. And he even said like it's a real thing and it should be studied. Like this is supposed to be a conference keynote speech, and he made a video about it. So I do know it's real, and it's very interesting. But I'm talking about people like you have those. I'll show you like gang, the ones like the chosen ones, and some of these people are like I can see it in their behavior. Like there's one. This one's all AI, by the way. This here, it started 1st of July 2025. Some of the shorts, they like there's no sound on it. Like they forgot to add sound. Like they're just like speeding into this. Like, look, why is she wearing the same clothes constantly with so many videos with different stories? It's all AI. And also, just take a look at it. It's fake, and they're just telling people what they want to hear because there's probably some person who's going on Reddit, Facebook groups, reading all the stuff people are sharing of this strange gang stalking stuff, and they're just giving them what they want to hear, making that's what I'm talking about. And people believing they're the chosen ones, and it's because of evil versus good. I'm sorry, it doesn't work like that in my opinion. But if you really look into it, it's AI, I'm afraid. And there's another one. This guy's clearly a loony. Wait, I'll look it up. Wait, I'm just. You have those people in the way who are just giving like a war against like this guy here.
I'm currently
I mean, it at some point makes sense, but sometimes I'm thinking like I don't know, man. Again, that's me being skeptical. I'm just a very skeptical person when it comes to these things. I don't jump in and dive in into like I have my reasons for that. And that's because I myself I used to believe I was being gang stalked around. Looking back, it was just psychosis for my case. And when I see other people how they talk about it, it's like this sounds like me when I was in a state of psychosis. Um, but I'll show you one where it says like chosen ones, this type of shit. Like, oh god, these are just narcissists or people who are narcissistic. They want to believe they're special because they're not in real life. They don't want to acknowledge it. Like, I do believe people get gang stalked, so I just want to put more context to that video I made. So yeah, thanks for commenting. But I do think it's an interesting topic. Anyway, guys, bye.